Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Tonight, actually back-to-back videos today, 2 in a day. I'm going to start doing these very quick early impressions because had some stuff sent to me, and some of the stuff only had maybe a spray or two in it, but I still wanted to talk about it on my channel at least and put a video out there before I moved on. Mostly because this is stuff I'm probably never going to get to smell again. The one I actually wanted to do tonight that I could not get to spray. It looked like there was a little bit in the actual sprayer, but whenever I went to go try to pull the trigger, nothing came out, unfortunately. It was a Riege Ladore Inverno Russe, or Inverno Russo, I'm not sure. But it wouldn't spray, unfortunately. And so I can smell it from the atomizer, but that's not enough for me to talk about it, so this one's just going to have to get tossed. Now, the one that we're going to talk about is this. This is a company called Agar Aura, and this is a fragrance called Ud Lubani. Now, this is run by a gentleman named Taha, who is good friends with Russian Adam. And Taha and Russian Adam actually did a collaboration for the very first time, and they created a fragrance called Agar Blossom. And this is a sample that Russian Adam sent to me, and I need to review this. I've been threatening to review this for a long time. I need to review this, but since there's no sprayer on it, I would have to, try to dump this on my hand or, neck and try to wear it. And so I've just been kind of putting it off, but maybe on one of these, nighttime quick reviews, I'll try to review Agar Blossom. The reason I bring this up is they collaborated on it. They worked together, and Taha is apparently good friends with Russian Adam. They, Taha almost like got him started down the path, is the way Russian Adam explained it to me, by saying that, if you want to take the next step in the business, Adam, you have to, get your hands in the oils themselves and distill it yourself and, basically do it yourself. If you want it done right, you have to do it yourself. And that was good advice, and Russian Adam took that to heart, and I'm glad he did, because we have some amazing creations from him. My scent of the day, if you didn't watch my earlier video from the day, is a fragrance called Santal Galore, which is a fruity Shifra Mysore sandalwood scent with real deer musk, real Mysore sandalwood. And actually, one of the ingredients that Russian Adam sent to me that I had a chance to smell is this Santal 1906. This is real Mysore sandalwood. They used to give it in the United States in like a pill form. People would take it early in the 1900s. They would take this as like a pill, and they thought it helped them with ailments that they had or whatever it is. And apparently Adam bought these tablets and broke the capsules open, and this is real Mysore sandalwood. And it's the closest, this Santal Galore just dries down to the most beautiful Mysore sandalwood and real deer musk. And oh, I love this stuff. And you can see, I mean, I've been wearing it today. I've been absolutely loving it. So the reason we're here is to talk about his buddy's house, Agar Aura. So as you can see, I'm starting to really make strides in the indie world. These are people I didn't know about at all. This is the very first time I've ever smelled anything from this brand, this Agar Aura brand. And, if you go to their website and you kind of look at the brand and what they're all about, they put it as they're not your average oud supplier. They like hunting oud in the jungles of Southeast Asia, selecting the choicest agarwood distillation, conducting artisanal distillations of oud oils using their own unique techniques, and they're a fully integrated company that focuses on bringing you the finest pure oud oils and attars. And there are many companies that sell natural fragrances, but when it comes to oud oil, it is hard to find sources that meet the highest standards of quality and purity. We are proud to be one of the few companies that do. So I looked at their menu, their products. They have some oud oils right now. This is not a cheap hobby, getting into stuff like this, I'll tell you that, because I was just looking at the oud oils. They have one called Blue Malay, which is from Malaysia. and it's 1,095 US dollars, and it's sold out, believe it or not. And I don't know how much you get for that. Actually, I'm trying to see right now if it says how much you actually get for your $1,095. Maybe it's just like 12 mils or something. I don't know how this works with something like this, but it must be high quality stuff. They've got Mitkina 4K, $695. And oh, here we go. 2.5 grams is what you get for $695. A 3-gram crystal bottle is $825. So serious oud collector stuff is what this brand is all about. They do have sample sets, and the samples look like this on the website, but they're also sold out. So they have, you could buy a sample of what they call the oud extracts. The extract discovery set is $40, but it's sold out. It looks like 2 little vials like this. So a company I would be really interested in learning more about, especially since I'm kind of starting to go down this road. And this fragrance is basically, and remember, this is an early impression that I'm giving you. Not even early, almost like a first impression. This has been on my skin for 20 minutes. That's it. I literally just sprayed it. It's late at night. I didn't have enough juice for a wear, 1 or 2 sprays, and that was it. But I'm just very lucky to get to smell this thanks to Eddie. Thank you, Eddie, for sending this to me. So basically, this Ud Lubani is a frankincense perfume with an oud backbone. That's basically what it is. You are hit with a very natural smelling frankincense. In fact, when I first sprayed this, the first thing that came to my mind is if you've ever smelled the peppery opening of Amouage Honor Man, that black pepper, not pink pepper, specifically black pepper, and it's very peppery on the opening. And then it starts to calm down and you start to get the green, lemony, piney facets of frankincense. And if you've ever smelled you know, some of the frankincense fragrances I've talked about on my channel, J. Casanova is a very green frankincense fragrance. If you've smelled Healy's Cardinal, this is a beautiful frankincense. I mean, just out and out, pure frankincense fragrance with some other touches. I think there's some woods and, you know, maybe 1 or 2 other things, but it's mostly highlighting the note of frankincense. And this is one of my favorite incense fragrances. It's called Incense Extreme from Andy Tower. This is the old Andy Tower bottles before they switched to the one that looks like a pentagon. And Incense Extreme is just gorgeous. There's some iris in here. There's that Andy Tower ambergris. And then finally, probably the most realistic frankincense fragrance is Armani Bois d'Encens. But the problem with this is it doesn't last long. So it's probably the closest to what you get from the incense that you smell in Ud Lubani. It's a beautiful incense fragrance. Bois d'Encens is probably the closest, you know, from just a pure frankincense, 1-for-1 smell. But this doesn't last very long. I have a feeling this is going to last much longer because the backbone of this is oud. And it is, I think, a couple types of oud. Malaysian oud, Burmese oud, maybe some Laotian oud, I'm not sure. But there's some, you know, mixture, blend of oud that's giving it a backbone. And most of my frankincense scents are just that. I mean, they're literally just, as you can see, I mean, this is like frankincense in a bottle. This is like you're burning it at church. You know, you're 8 years old again, in your Sunday's best, sitting at the altar, sitting in the pews, and the priest walks in with that little shaker that they have with frankincense, and you see the smoke rising and all that stuff. That's what this reminds me of. This is a little bit of a unique take because to me, even though it's only a couple notes, they're not equally weighted. The frankincense is the star of the show here, and it smells like very high quality Omani, you know, frankincense. Is what it smells like to my nose. And the oud, if you're worried about you know, an animalic blue cheese, you know, coming out the backside of a bull's ass. This is not the kind of oud that you're going to get here. This is not fecal. This is not, you know, it's not fertilizer like. The oud to me is kind of used as like a backbone for the scent, if you will, to give it some weight. So it doesn't just fly off in an hour or two like Bois d'Encens does. Again, beautiful fragrance, beautiful composition, but it doesn't last. And so I think what Taha did here with Ud Lubani is he's been able to create a scent that captures the natural realism of frankincense, that oily, you know, smoky, resinous, green, piney, lemony quality of frankincense. And he's been able to stay true to the frankincense, the incense. I think Lubani is literally a word for frankincense. And so he's been able to stay true to that by using his knowledge and craft of oud to create something that I have a feeling is going to last. Now, since this is an early impression, or first impression, whatever you want to call it, I can't tell you longevity. I can't tell you how long this has been on my skin. I can't tell you if it even evolves very much. It doesn't feel, from the first half hour now on my skin, it doesn't feel like it's done very much. It's just kind of, you know, it's straight as an arrow. This is, it feels like what you got out of the sprayer is what you're going to get. It doesn't feel like there's very much evolution of the scent. But the quality of the ingredients seem extremely high quality, definite high quality ingredients. Would I buy a bottle of this? If it's anything like the prices I saw with the oud oils, no. I mean, if it's $100, $200, maybe. But for me, I mean, since I have these incense fragrances that I love, I was trying to think now that, you know, now that this composition is on my skin and I was really thinking about it, do I have an incense fragrance with an oud backbone? And if I do, I couldn't think of one right off the bat, right off the top of my head. I couldn't think of one. And you would think that would be a very simple, easy, you know, composition to come up with. But I don't think I own one. All my incense scents are incense, frankincense. And my oud fragrances are oud mostly. I mean, there are some oud and frankincense fragrances, obviously. Amouage specializes in that, and I have pretty much the entire line of Amouage from the Christopher Chong days anyways. You know, those old fragrances like Epic Man are the ones that kind of come to mind that use frankincense and incense. But I was thinking just to, you know, when I think of Epic Man, I don't think of it as an incense scent because Epic Man's composition is so grand and there's so much going on. It really does remind me of the Silk Road. You know, you think of all the crazy things that were carried on the Silk Road. I have a picture in my mind when I wear Epic Man. I was trying to think, do I have an incense fragrance, you know, that is clearly an incense fragrance with an oud backbone? And I don't think I do. Based on this scent profile, would I buy this? No, I don't think I would. Just because frankincense is the most dominant note. Now, I'll tell you this, though. If I didn't have these, okay, if I didn't have things like Cardinal, or if I didn't have the J. Casanova Pour Homme, and obviously there's other frankincense fragrances, like another one that comes to mind that I liked enough to buy a bottle is this. This is Gucci's A Midnight Stroll. This is a beautiful incense fragrance. The best from the line of this, you know, high-end Gucci line or whatever you want to call it. Oh, beautiful frankincense. Cade oil, frankincense, and juniper, I think, are the notes. I don't have them in front of me, but it's something like that. Something very simple. But frankincense is, again, the star of the show here. This is a, you know, smoke wafting incense, beautiful incense fragrance. One of Alberto Morillas's best works, actually, in my opinion. And if I didn't have all these, you know, could I go for a bottle of Agar Aura Ud Lubani? Easily. Easily. If I had no incense fragrances in my collection, this would be a quality incense to go for. But since I just pulled 5 of them off the shelf just like that, would I buy this? No, probably not. Would I wear it if I had a bottle? Absolutely. This is, like I said, quality stuff. And you can really tell. I mean, from my nose, anyways. This is all subjective. This hobby is all subjective, but to my nose, this is quality stuff. The ingredients used are high quality. You know, it's definitely something that I would wear, especially when I crave an incense. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just get that. Sometimes I just get those, and they're random and they're sporadic. They may happen once a month. They may happen once every 3 months, but when it happens and I need an incense fragrance, the ones I showed you are the ones I'm usually reaching for. If I had this in my collection, would this be one I would reach for? Absolutely, absolutely. And based on my first impression of the house, Agar Aura, would I want to smell more from the house? Absolutely, I would. Absolutely. You guys will be getting some more first impressions from me on the house because I was gifted a couple others. So I've got a few more from the house. There is Agar Parisian. That's one. And then the other one, which comes in a little different bottle, is a fragrance called Queer Chiffre, which Queer Chiffre, to my nose, just smelling it off the cap, off of the, you know, just take off the cap and smell it, smells the closest to Ocularia Blossom. You can definitely see Taha's influence on Ocularia Blossom if you smell Queer Chiffre. Now, maybe on skin it does something different, but just from sniffing the cap, yes, absolutely, you can tell that Taha is one of the creators of Ocularia Blossom. So, here is my early impression. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed getting to know the house a little bit, even if it's not a full scent of the day wear, which that's how I love to test perfume. I love to test it as my scent of the day. So if I have a mill or two, you know, that's the way I prefer to test a fragrance, is actually wearing it for the day, because I like to get the whole experience. But this is better than nothing. And a positive first impression for me. I'm not going to run out and buy a bottle. It's discontinued anyways. You'd have to find one on the secondary market somehow. But, you know, a positive first impression from me. And I would love to explore more from the house. So, thanks everyone. Let me know your thoughts if you have experience with the house of Agar Aura. Again, I'm new to this house. This is new for me. So if you guys know and love the house, do let me know what some of your favorites are. Eddie, thank you again, my friend. It was very kind of you to send these to me. And I know you said you want the Arise Ladore packet back. So whenever I send it back to you, you just let me know what you want to smell from my collection, and I'll build you a little sample set. So thank you everybody for watching. Like I said before, likes, subscriptions, comments always help. They help with, you know, the YouTube algorithm recommending me to people who are out there who they think would like this content. And we're slowly getting more and more subscribers. We've passed the 1,600 mark, which again, I don't care about, but it shows that slowly people are kind of finding my content. And I think people like the no nonsense, no BS. You know, you're not going to get hit with a bunch of graphics and opening music and all that, but you're also not going to get somebody that is, you know, pimping brands because they got free bottles and stuff like that. You're going to get my honest opinion on everything. That's kind of my pledge. That's why I do this. I hope you guys appreciate it, and I hope to see you again tomorrow with another video, or two. All right, bye guys.